Prince Alexander was known throughout the land for his kindness. He ruled the kingdom of Eldoria with a loving heart. Eldoria prospered under his rule. Its people were happy. Prince, as Alexander. However, I long for something more. I yearn for a love as true as the North Star. One day, a traveling bard arrived at the castle. He spoke of Princess Isolde. She was said to be the most beautiful woman in the world. Alexander was captivated by the description. He decided to win Isolde's heart. The prince gathered the finest gifts Eldoria had to offer. He selected a magnificent ruby necklace, its stones shimmering like drops of blood. He also chose a gown woven from moonlight itself. Confident that Isolde would be impressed, Alexander set off with his entourage to meet her. The journey was long. Alexander's heart beat with anticipation. He couldn't wait to meet the woman who had captured his imagination. He dreamed of the day he and Isolde would rule their kingdoms together, side by side. Princess Isolde lived in a castle of shimmering white marble. It was as grand as Alexander's, but cold and austere. Isolde's beauty was legendary. Her hair shone like spun gold, her eyes sparkled like sapphires. Yet her heart was cold, vanity ruled her. Isolde cared only for her appearance. She spent hours admiring her reflection. She surrounded herself with those who praised her beauty. Isolde believed herself to be superior to all others. She scoffed at the thought of love. Princess, as Isolde. News of Prince Alexander's impending arrival has reached me. This is an opportunity to add to my collection of admirers. Prepare my most beautiful gowns. I must practice my most alluring smiles in front of my mirror. I am ready to dazzle. The day of Alexander's arrival dawned bright and clear. He rode into the courtyard, a picture of princely charm. Alexander dismounted his horse and approached Isolde, his heart filled with hope. He presented her with the ruby necklace and the moonlit gown. Princess, as Isolde. The rubies are rather dull, don't you think? And this gown, it's so simple. Alexander was taken aback by her rudeness. He had never met anyone so ungrateful. Prince, as Alexander. But these were crafted with the finest materials in Eldoria. Surely you can see their worth, Princess, as Isolde. Worth is subjective, wouldn't you agree? And my taste, I assure you, is far more refined than yours. She tossed the necklace and gown carelessly onto a nearby table. Princess, as Isolde. You may leave now, she said, dismissing him with a wave of her hand. Humiliated and heartbroken, Alexander retreated. He realized that Isolde's beauty was only skin deep. Her heart was as cold and empty as her eyes.
He returned to Eldoria, a changed man. I couldn't forget Isolde. I knew that beneath her icy exterior, there must be a heart worth fighting for.
He decided to return to her castle, but not as a prince. He would disguise himself as a simple swineherd. He donned rough-spun clothes and hid his princely features beneath a wide-brimmed hat.
To reach Isolde's heart, I needed to appeal to something other than her vanity.
He decided to use his skills as a craftsman, a talent he usually kept hidden. Alexander arrived at Isolde's castle and requested an audience. He claimed to have crafted 2 unique items. He was certain that Princess Isolde would be intrigued. The guards, amused by the audacity of this request, allowed him to enter. Isolde, intrigued by the prospect of something new to add to her collection, agreed to see the swineherd. Alexander entered her chamber, his head bowed respectfully. He held 2 objects in his hands.
The first was a pot, seemingly plain.
However, when Alexander whispered a word, it burst into 1,000 shimmering lights. These lights danced and swirled, forming breathtaking patterns on the walls. Isolde, used to jewels and finery, had never seen anything so captivating.
The second object was a simple wooden rattle.
Yet when Alexander shook it, it produced the most enchanting music. The melody was both joyful and melancholic. It spoke of love lost and found, of hope and despair. Isolde was mesmerized. For the first time in her life, she felt a flicker of something other than vanity stir within her.
These are truly remarkable. Never have I seen such craftsmanship.
She reached out a hand, longing to touch the magical objects. Alexander withdrew them slightly.
These are no mere trinkets, Princess. They are imbued with magic. And magic, as you know, comes at a price.
Name your price, swineherd.
Her voice laced with newfound impatience. She had to possess these enchanted objects.
For every day you wish to keep them, you must grant me a single kiss. A true kiss given freely, without a thought for your precious beauty.